Good morning, students. Now we will study the wave nature of the light, which was proposed by a Dutch physicist, Christian Huygens, in the year 1668. Huygens assumed that the light wave to be caused by the vibration of a particles in a particular medium. The light could travel through vacuum. He assumed that it was a hypothetical medium called as ether or luminiferous ether present everywhere in the vacuum. Note that ether is not a substance, ether is a gas that we come across in chemistry. It had no evidence and no proof that it physically existed in vacuum, which is in the space which is around in which our earth is located. In 19th century, there were phenomena of light which were supposed to be experienced, like interference, diffraction, polarization, which were not to be considered by the physicians, or you can say not physicians, the physicists. Physician is a word used for doctors, physicist is a word used for physics studying people. So they were doing research on this and they could not explain with the corpuscular theory these three phenomena. So Huygens theory uh, could not explain the new phenomena, but also could explain the laws of refraction and reflection, as well as the formation of images by mirrors and lenses. Moreover, it was said that what happens and how the speed of light is affected when the waves of light travel from denser medium to rarer medium. So here the wave theory showed that if the speed of light in the denser medium is less or smaller than that of in the rarer medium, then the light bends towards the normal. Moreover, if the wave nature could be explained as a visual effect exhibited by light, means the wave nature of the light was being explained. The branch of optics which deals with the wave nature of the light to explain the optical phenomena is called as wave optics. In this chapter, we will study wave optics, learn the laws of reflection, refraction, assuming the wave nature of the light, also the phenomena of interference, diffraction, and polarization, and their explanation based on the wave optics. This is also called as geometrical optics because the formation of shadows, reflection and refraction in the wavelength of light is much smaller than the reflecting and the refracting surface, as well as the shadows causing the object that one encounters in the laboratory in our day-to-day life. In 11th standard, we had studied the Maxwell's equation, which suggested that light is an electromagnetic wave. This was there in the chapter of electromagnetic waves. So please check that part of the chapter and then go through this part of your lecture. Then comes Maxwell's, as all waves known till Maxwell's time needed a medium to propagate. Maxwell invoked a pervading hypothetical medium ether, the existence of radio waves and their speed being the same as that of the visible light were experimentally verified by H. Hertz in 19th century. Michelson and Morley performed several experiments to detect ether but obtained negative result. The hypothesized ether was never detected. So when it was never detected and its existence and a necessity was ruled out by Albert Einstein from the era of 1879 to 1955, when he proposed the special theory of relativity in 1905. When 100 years of 1905 got over in 2005, then it was called as the year of physics in the remembrance of the great scientist Albert Einstein. Then comes the revolutionary concept of constancy of velocity, that velocity is uniform in all types of light waves or all types of electromagnetic waves. Then came the property of dual nature of light. In early 20th century, it was accepted that light has dual nature. It can exhibit both the property of particle as well as wave in different situations. Particles of light are called as photons. We will learn more about this. We have already learned more about this in dual nature of radiation and particle. That is the reason why I taught this chapter prior to wave optics. Now, light as a wave. Light is an electromagnetic wave. Waves are transverse in nature. There are transverse waves and there are longitudinal waves. Now, transverse waves have troughs and crests. Longitudinal waves have compressions and rarefactions. This you have to remember. And here light waves consist of oscillating tiny electric and magnetic fields which are perpendicular to each other and to the direction of propagation of wave. These waves do not require any material medium for propagation and can even travel through vacuum. The speed of light in any material medium depends on the refractive index nu, then which in turn depends upon the permeability and the permittivity of the medium. The refractive index is equal to the ratio of speed of light to the speed of light in that particular medium. The refractive index of vacuum is 1 and that of air can be considered and approximated to 1. Then we move on to a concept. It was shown by Einstein in his special theory of relativity that the speed of light c does not depend on the velocity of the source of the light or the observer. He showed that no object or information can travel faster in vacuum than 3 lakh kilometers per second or 3 into 10 to the power of 8 meters per second. Then comes electromagnetic waves. What is the wavelength of your electromagnetic wave? After this, we will study Huygens theory. So first we will understand the electromagnetic wave. Electromagnetic waves can have wavelength ranging from very smaller than femtometer. Femto is a unit 10 to the power of minus 15 meter to a very larger than a kilometer. In the order increasing wavelength, the waves are classified as gamma rays, X-rays, ultraviolet rays, visible light, infrared rays, microwaves, and radio waves. Visible light comprises in the range of 400 to 700 nanometers range. Waves of different wavelength in the visible light are perceived by our eyes as different colors, with violet having the shortest wavelength to the red having the longest wavelength. That is why red color is used in signals and violet color is not used in signals. White is a mixture of waves of different wavelengths. The refractive index of medium depends on the wavelength used. Because of this, for because of this, for the refractive index, we have to find a medium through which the wavelengths are being used. So the same angle of incidence is used and the same angle of refraction in different colors is different for different colors. So except for normal incidence, and therefore the colors present in the white light get separated by passing through a transparent medium called as prism. This is why the reason of formation of spectrum or a rainbow takes place. After this, we will move to the Huygens concept or the Huygens theory.